Ge-Baek is the third of the first degree forms that you'll learn, the third and final of the first degree forms, traditional Taekwondo forms that we work on. So it starts in a regular chumbi, regular starting and ready stance that we've done since white belt. Parallel stance, fist straight in front of your belt. There you are, there's your chumbi for Ge-Baek. I know it's a little back to being normal after all the weird cool ones we had for Kwanghae and Po-Moon, but here we are. This form may look normal in its start. It's a little bit longer than the other two forms you've had. It's about 44 moves, and last time I counted, I want to say there's somewhere around 30 different direction changes in this form. That's how challenging this one is. We'll split it into 5 segments instead of the normal 4 that you've had up until now. In addition to a full-out video, here's the entire form. But it's kind of needed to do that because A, it's longer, and B, there's just so many weird direction changes. So starting from chumbi, first move steps the right foot back behind you into a back stance. You're going to finish with your hands coming up in front of you as an X block. So in order to do that, it's not really that you can twist your hips one way or the other to get the power in this. What you got to do is make both your hands knife hands for that X block and throw them back behind you, pull them back as far as you can so that you can get some momentum pulling them forward into that X block as you step back. So from here, get ready, reach back, boom, and there's your yell. If your left foot's in front as it should be, your left hand's in the front of the X. It's closer to your attacker right here. From there, back leg comes up, your right leg comes up, twist kick, straight here to that same attacker. You kick with the right, you point with the left. You land that kicking foot down in front in a front stance in 2 punches. A lunge punch and a reverse punch. So one more time from the beginning. You started in chumbi, step back with that right foot, reach, X block. Make that X right in front of your face. Right leg comes up, twist kick, point with the left, step down, lunge, reverse punch. Right? From here, this next part's a little bit weird. I'm going to step that right foot, my front foot, back behind me. As I do, I'm going to do a high block and a low block. So my left foot's going to land, it finishes in front. That's my hand that's doing the blocks. Some people might do this, and you find your comfort level and figure out what's best for you. I'm not particular on this part right here. Some people like to cross their hands and as they prepare and get their hips, and that helps them visualize and get their hips into this high block and a low block. They'll cross their hands twice for that. For me personally, I've done it that way and I've done it other ways. My more recent favorite is to do a one-handed preparation and just let it come from my hip or let it come across on its own. So I finish my punches. I'll pull that left hand back to my left hip to prepare for that high block because like we've done in other forms, in the color belt forms coming up to now, stepping forward, we've left that hand on the hip to help throw that high block, and that's my preference. But it's a little weirder going backwards, so that's why I say if you want to try it with the crossed hands, then that's fine either way. If you're crossing your hands, left hand doing the high block and the low block is going to be on the inside closer to you. High, cross, low. If you want to try it without crossing your hands, bring that left hand back to the left hip. I like to bring my right hand in front of my body, kind of like I'm doing a cross punch is what it looks like, but I'm just doing it slow. That's my preparation as I prepare for this high block. So I did my punches, I prepare as I step and start pushing my weight back. That right foot's going to land behind me, but before that I've got to twist those hips past the point of where they need to finish so that I can pull that block, not just up, but across my body, have some direction going out with that move too. So from here, twisting, high, and then I'll twist my hips again and I'll cross one-handed across my cheek to throw that low block. That's how I prefer. High, low, just one-handed, not double crossing my hands. Then from there, all these moves up to this point have been pointed north. My next move goes off at an angle to my right, so northeast, and it's the same hand position we did as we started with when we started our other 2 black belt forms. So my hands come and form a triangle here in the front, in the middle, right? But that position is how I'm going to end over here off to the side at the corner, at the angle there. In order for it to finish there, it's got to start and have some twist in the wrist, some twisting motion, so those hands come across my body. They'll be over by my left cheek, and both palms will turn to face in toward me. So what they'll do is they cross my body as my palms will come together, and then they'll continue that motion there, and it's like opening a book from there. Kind of in a weird way, opening a book. That's a pressing arc block is the name of it. It's a little weird move to do, but all that happens, it's not slow motion like I just showed, it's still a fast motion move, but it's weird to get used to. So one more time from the beginning, and then we've got about 3 moves or so left, and we'll finish up with this section of the form. From Chumbi, stepping the right foot back, reach, X block, twist, point, lunge punch, reverse punch. Stepping back, I'll get ready, use my hips, high, low, reach over here at my left cheek, and my hips, boom, will help throw that move across my body, landing that pressing arc block. From here, going in that, staying in that direction there, now going northeast, I'm going to bring my left leg up into a perch stance, what we call a perch stance, right? One-legged, boom. I like to keep that heel pointed at my target there while I'm throwing a double fist block with my fist. So all that happens and lands at once. My fist will land the same time we do here. You've done it in other forms, Wanyo, Ge-Baek, and other forms like that. You've worked on this already, so you understand this move. From here, reach, boom, and I'm still looking to the northeast as I do that. Then I'll step that left foot, the one that was chambered up, I'll step it down facing northeast, but my next 3 moves go here to the southeast, where my belly's pointing. So I landed in a horse stance, pointed southeast. So here I was, I'll land that left foot there, and as I do it, my left hand scoops. It's that scooping block coming up. So someone threw a kick or something at you, straight in, and you're lifting that up before you counterattack. So as I do that, I'll scoop and I'll let my weight come up in that horse stance as I'm scooping them up, and then I'll drop my weight back down as I fire a punch straight into the center of my chest is where I'm aiming, but I'm pointing still southeast. Then from here, I'll leave that hand, that right hand out there in front. I'll bring my left hand by my left ear, and I'm going to do a downward back fist. It's going to land here, face you for a second. So I went scoop, punch, I drop that right hand down a little bit, bring this left hand to my left ear, and it's not coming across my body like an outside block, it's coming down. Those 2 knuckles aiming right for the bridge of the attacker's nose, down. Right hand comes underneath the left elbow to support it. Boom, so it's a supported downward back fist, a little weird. But that's the finishing of these 3 moves, scoop, punch, back fist. I also, you watch my weight as I do it. I like to drop the weight again in that horse stance as I finish that back stance, so the weight kind of comes up as I scoop, drops down as I punch, comes up as I prepare for the back fist, and down as I finish the back fist. From there, I got 1 more move and we're done with this section. But again, it's another direction change. So far I've been facing north, northeast, southeast, and the last move gets me pointing south, straight south. So from that downward back fist, my right foot's going to step back in a straight line, and my left foot steps forward, so it can be in a back stance. Heels on a straight line, point south. I'll finish by doing a double knife hand block. So one time, let me do it from another side angle here for you. From the beginning, Chumbi, stepping back. X, twist, point, 1, 2 punches. Ready, step back. High, low, arc block. This is at my northeast if I'm thinking northeast, right? I'm thinking north, south, east, west. From here, left leg comes up, goes down, now I'm pointing southeast, scoop, punch, back fist. Right foot steps back, I reach my hands, left foot steps forward, double knife hand block and back fist. Now I'm pointing back straight south. That is all of section 1 for Ge-Baek.